Hi, cousins. Johnny D in the vault, the archive, doing my thing. In G, little Gap Band Party Train. This record right here, this record, I'm a big Gap Band, big Charlie Wilson fan, but this particular record, this one hits me because this was a personal favorite of Danny Cole. And Plaza Suite was, predominantly, the 50, the Italians, the Guidos, the Cugines, whatever you want to call them. It wasn't, we were actually playing a lot of records that you wouldn't hear. It wasn't just the Planet Rocks and the Infatuations all night. Danny had built that place where he was able to play records like Down to Love Town and just a lot of records that really weren't being played in that kind of a club. I'm not saying they weren't being played, but in that kind of a club in 82 to 86, things were changing. That electro thing, the movement was coming. The Chris Barbosa, the Shannon stuff was coming around the corner. I repeat that Shannon is not freestyle, it's electro. Let's just get that. So that's another conversation. Anyway, Gap Band, as big as Outstanding and all the other records were, Drop the Bomb on Me. Never heard any of them. None of those records ever connected with Danny. But Party Train, for whatever reason, was a Danny record. So, little shout out to my man Danny. Rest in peace. A lot of great memories, and I'll forever be grateful for Danny putting me on at Plaza Suite. I was 14 years old, and one of the great stories which I've told many times, which I'll put on this video, where we met through my friend that was dating his sister Catherine, and I DJ'd her Sweet 16 in the backyard of his mother's on Henry Street. And came to me, and we had met the year before when he was DJing the block party on Henry Street. He said to me at the party, he goes, "Yo, why don't you come by the club?" I says, "Yeah, I can't get there, whatever." He said, "Here's my number. You call me, you let me know when you want to come." He picked me up a week later, went out, we did the whole lunch thing, then we did the whole Infinity record pool, pick up records, and hung out at his house on High Lawn Avenue. 9 o'clock, we shot to Plaza Suite. 9:30, we would have our ritual, which was the Bloody Marys. And then 10 o'clock, we'd start dropping. And Danny played, obviously, full nights. And I would work the lights, which was very intricate. I think we had 3 switches. There was the strobe, and there was like the disco ball. I think I had 3 switches to work. And after maybe 2-3 weeks of me doing this with him, and I was there Saturdays, and I started going on Fridays as well, about 10 to 12, place is packed, and he looked at me and said, "All right, I'll be back." And I didn't know what was going on, and he just left the booth. He left me there for 2 hours, basically to sink or swim, and obviously I did my thing, and from then on in, we played together for a couple of years, and great times. Anyway, I'll be back, cousins. Gap Band, Party Train, Acetate. Don't think you're going to see those.